Hey, thanks for tuning in. In this video, we're going to talk about age of accountability in the Torah. At what point does a person become accountable for their actions? At what point are they responsible for following the commands of the Torah? In Rabbinic Judaism, one way this is applied is in regard to the Bar Mitzvah. So around the age of 13, people are considered to be responsible for doing the commandments. But what does the actual Torah say on this issue? The first thing we need to be absolutely clear on is that this notion of an age of accountability is never addressed explicitly in the Torah. There is no passage in the commands that say, oh, only at this point are people responsible for following the commands, or that before a certain age people are not responsible. There is nothing in the law that says such a thing. There are, however, some divisions of age groups, and there are certain ages that apply to certain commands, and we do have an example of where a particular age range is being singled out for punishment. So let's take a look at those. The first example I want to draw attention to is in Leviticus 27. Leviticus 27 describes the valuation of people of different age groups. Now, it does not say the meaning of these valuations. It simply states them as separate categories. The categories that are given are 1 month to 5 years, 5 years to 20 years, 20 years to 60 years, and 60 years and above. These are the different categories that are given in terms of valuing someone according to a vow in Leviticus 27. It doesn't say anything further about any particular meaning behind these. Now, we might notice something like 20 to 60 and think of that as a division for adults, but we do need to be clear that it doesn't say that that's what it is. It might make logical sense to us, but on the other hand, we need to be careful about what the text is actually saying definitively here. So we do have these categories, and we do see some of these categories also applied elsewhere. But there are also other ones in addition to this. For example, we can look at Numbers 8, where it talks about the Levites, the tribe of Levi, and their responsibilities at the tent of meeting, the tabernacle. At the age of 25, according to Numbers 8, they are entering into the service of the tent of meeting. And at the age of 50, they no longer serve at the tent of meeting, but they can still serve as far as helping their brethren. Now, once a person gets to the age of 50, of course, they can continue to help their brethren, but they are not serving service in the same way. And we can liken this unto some things that are in Western culture where certain leadership positions require that people be at a higher age than the age of what is considered adulthood. So even though we see this category of 20 to 60 elsewhere, we are seeing a minimum of 25 or a minimum of 30 for the tent of meeting. And the tent of meeting is a very important place. And it is very important that they are serving it responsibly. They have extra responsibility that is being placed upon them because they are representing the holy place that is to be feared. And they are also representing the priesthood of Aaron and acting upon their behalf. So there is this added responsibility, and we are seeing here that there is a distinction from the other category of, for example, 20 to 60. We are seeing a distinction here that they must be 25 to 50 or 30 to 50. We also see in Numbers 1, whenever it refers to the counting of the people, the age at which they begin to count the congregation is 20 years and older. And it says that these are the people that are going forth in the mass. Now, mass is sometimes translated as host, or it's translated as army. But army is not the exclusive meaning of it, although it would make sense to apply it in that way at times. So it probably is the case that 20 years old is considered the minimum for being a soldier, for being in the army. But in Numbers 1, we're seeing that the people are being counted from that age. So we see the age of 20 once again. Of course, earlier we saw it in reference to 20 to 60, and here we're seeing it as the minimum age at which people are being counted in the census, being counted as the congregation. And this leads into a situation where a certain age group is being held accountable. Now, it doesn't ever say that this is some standard for the age of accountability or anything like that, so we need to be clear about that. But it is an example of a certain age range that is being punished in the Torah. In Numbers chapter 13 through 14, there is the account about the spies being sent into the land of Canaan. They spy out the land of Canaan, they check out the land, and then they come back and they give a report. And the people come back, give the report, and it is an evil report. They give a report that, well, we can't go into it because we will be destroyed. We are as grasshoppers in their eyes. And the people become very upset as a result of this, and they wish that they were dead. They wish that they would go back into slavery, and they consider it. And Joshua and Caleb, of course, they say, well, we need to actually just go in. It's a great land, and Elohim will give it to us if we just go in. But they refused to listen to their report, and they listened to the other report instead. And all the people became very upset, and they did not enter into the land. And of course, Elohim did not like this. And in Numbers 14:29, it says, "In this wilderness your carcasses shall fall, and all of ones being noticed of you, to all of your count, from son of 20 year and toward above, which you caused to lodge on me." The people were lodging on him their complaints. They were complaining. They were refusing to enter into the land. And they were saying that this terrible thing has come upon them. And they were perceiving all that they had been shown, all that they had been given, and all that they were going to be given as a curse instead of as a blessing or a kneeling to. And as a result, the people that were counted in the census, the 20 years and above, are going to die in the wilderness. Now, it does say that these are the people that are being counted. These are the people that were counted in that census. It doesn't say that this is because the people that are accountable are from the age of 20 and above. It does not say that. But all of the people that were counted, except for Caleb and Joshua, were going to be punished as a result of a series of wrongdoings, including and culminating with this one. So we do have an example in the Torah of where people are being punished, people are being held accountable at a certain age, the age of 20. But the thing is that there isn't a command that specifies some kind of cutoff point at which people were not responsible before but are responsible now. We just see one example of such a thing seemingly being enforced, and there could be other reasons for that distinction as well. So the Torah does not actually command a specific age of accountability. There is one example of an age of accountability, but we don't have a lot of examples where age ranges are given. Most of the time, we don't know the age of people that are in different incidents unless it's been specified for some other reason. So we cannot actually say for sure about what the age of accountability is. There is not an age of accountability in the Torah. as such. Thanks for watching. Make sure that you check out some of my other videos about other Torah issues, and feel free to stay in touch so we can continue this discussion. Thanks for watching. Remember the commands. Shalom.